Good morning. Hi there. I'm Lou. I'm from Soulful Awakenings. I've been reading tarot for over 30 years. Love it. Love what I do and love that I can do what I love. So that's pretty cool. So the object here is to choose a card of the day, however that may come. So I just tend to shuffle and wait for one to fall out or one to jump or go with what I feel. Sometimes the messages I get are channeled. Sometimes the messages I get I feel more into. Other times it is, I don't know, it just is what it is, and I never know how that message is going to come. So let's see how we go today. So while I'm waiting for this to actually come about, while I was sitting down checking in with Soul and seeing what my information might come up for today in addition to the cards, I actually was told to hold steady, and I saw like a sailing ship, and it was like I could hear the creaking, everything was clear blue skies and everything, but there was this feeling around it, so I feel like there might be a bit of a storm coming. After that, however, I did feel like I was laughing, so I felt like a relief. So there may be some things that we're yet to go through that might be a little bit bumpy, a little bit up and down, a bit emotional too, because that's what the sea represents, right? So emotions could be quite high. I also felt like temperatures are rising in from an emotional point of view. So let's pause before we respond, shall we? Just take a breath, just pause, catch yourself in your old ways of patterning or your old ways of responding. You know, we don't want to be that person anymore. We want to step forward, and we want to show up this year for who it is we really want to be. So how do you want to show up? How do you want to respond? How do you want to be? What else did I have? I think that's pretty much, bit of an ominous message. I felt like so many souls are lost and confused right now, and then I was told, yeah, this is actually good, and it's good because it creates change. I didn't want to use the word forces change because everyone has choice, so very much it will be about creating the change that will allow us as individual souls to shine. And remember, the question that we need to be asking ourselves lately is what I'm doing good for me, but is it also good for the collective? Because we want to work collectively, right? We want to serve collectively, but we want to serve collectively. So that's the little message I got before we started. So let's see if the cards correlate, shall we? Alrighty, so we are asking as a collective what it is we may need brought to our attention for today. Okay, and then we'll just see how the message comes, whether it's felt or channeled or whatever. Let's see. Okay, feels like we might have a little bit of choice today. So they're giving us choice on how we do this. So I might just pop them down, cut them into 3, and then choose one. Okay. Yep, I think that's what I'm going to need to do today. Let's see. Magician. Alright. So the Magician's a pretty cool card. Yeah. He is a power manifester. Now, he can also be a bit of a trickster, right? Because the Magician makes illusion reality and reality illusion. So which one are you? Which one are you playing to be? So let's look at a few symbols on here. So it might cover off which ones you're drawn to. This symbol up here with the hand up here and the hand going down there actually means as above, so below. Now he's holding a wand in there, in his hand here, and he's pointing down to the earth. So what that means is that all of that manifestation, all of those thoughts, all of those dreams, visions, things he's been having, he's actually wielding that magic through here and then making it happen on earth. Okay, so you can have it out in the subconscious mind and then you can make it happen in reality. That's actually what all that means when he's talking about manifestation. And you'll notice here that he's got all these tools on the table, which means that he has all he needs. right in front of him. We don't need to go look for anything else. We have everything right there. Now that can be symbolic of everything within us, but it's also symbolic of everything that's around us, because they are outside of him, aren't they? And they're on the table. So we see up here this like canopy of roses. Obviously, have a close look at that. Okay, and then you'll see down here there's also roses depicted down here. So roses can represent passion, yeah, can represent love. And then we have the lilies, which, because they're white, right? So let's talk about white. White can represent spirituality. It can also represent a little bit of naivety. It can also represent purity. Okay, innocence, that type of thing. Now, he has white here and he has red here. See that? So that would mean that underneath him, or close to his being, close to his soul, is his spirituality, with a little bit of innocence, but actually wanting to, like, he's pure, right? In his pure energetic form, he's pure. And then his passion that he shows the outside world, again, the outside world, because it's on the outside. And you'll see there's a snake or a serpent, I guess, that runs around his as a belt there. Can you see that? So that belt is like about completion, because it comes together. Now think about the snake, right? I get that the card may mean a little bit different, but if we look at the individual symbols, it kind of changes it up a bit. So when we think about a serpent is represented on it's like a medical symbol, isn't it? So it's about healing, the shedding of old ways, because snake sheds its skin, yeah? And because this is in completion, why I say completion is because the snake's kind of got a hold of its tail. So that means that it's completed its cycle, completed its circle, whatever it is that was doing, it's completed, which is pretty good, because that leads us to the next phase to move on, yeah? So there's a lot of things in here, like the yellow represents like all the happy, sunny, energetic energy. It's also connected with spirit in a funny kind of way. And here, his energy, that actually represents his never-ending energy. So what we want to watch there is to make sure we're not caught in a rut. Okay, are we caught in a rut? How are we doing our manifesting? So now the message of the day for the card. What do I feel when I look at this card? Let's go with that. Okay, so I'm feeling that with all of those things that I've said before, which gives you a bit of insight into the card, and then we put it into the day, I'm actually feeling like we might be able to make some stuff happen today. Again, the red, okay, be mindful of your tempers, be mindful of your emotions, and actually learn to wield that. And I feel like we can, because the magician's the master of the trade, right? He's really, really good at what he does, master manifester. So we might actually start to see some of those things come about today. And if you feel like you're a little bit lost, understand you've got all of the tools you need right in front of you. So have a look around, see what's available to you. Sit still, go within if you need to. If you feel any temperatures rising, I guess, then it'll just be stop, be calm, come back to center, get out of your head. When you find yourself all emotional, funny enough, you're actually in your head. So get out of your head and then drop into your heart space. Not your emotional space, your heart space. Two different things, yeah? Heart space is calming, it's soft, it's gentle. It's never, ever, ever going to tell us off, ever. It's just going to listen, yeah? It's just going to hold space for us. And sometimes we need to be held, so that's where we need to go if we're feeling a little bit awkward or confused. This card, however, like I said, is representing that we might actually see some of those thoughts that we've had actually start to come back. I think we might have our abilities tested today. You know, let's see. But remember, we are the master of where we're headed. All we got to do is decide how we want to show up. That's it. It's that simple. So I hope you have a great day. Enjoy. Happy full moon in Leo. Big love.